They say silence speaks louder than words, but only a man who has truly walked through emotional warfare knows the volume of it. Not the kind of silence that comes from avoidance, not the weak silence of fear or confusion, but the intentional silence. The controlled withdrawal, the stoic retreat that doesn't beg, doesn't explain, doesn't chase. That's the silence we're talking about. Let's break this down, because too many men are still out here thinking that being silent is about playing hard to get, or that going cold means being heartless. No, that's surface-level thinking, that's game playing, and we don't play games, we build frames. Silence is the weapon of a disciplined mind. When you choose silence, you're not ghosting. You're not disappearing to punish. You're making a conscious choice to reclaim your peace. Why? Because when your energy is constantly being drained by someone who doesn't respect it, validate it, or reciprocate it, you're leaking power, and a man who leaks power loses control. Think about the last time she disrespected your time, ignored your emotional needs, breadcrumbed you just enough to keep you hanging, but never enough to nourish. Did you speak up? Did you argue? Did you over-explain? Or worse, did you chase? That's the old you. That's the emotional, reactionary you, the man you're becoming. He doesn't beg to be understood. He doesn't explain his worth. He lets absence do the talking. Because here's the truth. What you allow will continue. And silence is the boundary that stops the bleeding. When you go silent, you remove the one thing she didn't expect to lose. See, most women aren't surprised when a man gets emotional. They expect that. Society conditions men to seek validation through attention, especially in relationships. What does surprise her is when you suddenly stop showing up. When your attention, your validation, your eyes, your presence vanishes. She may not say it out loud, but it hits harder than any argument, sharper than any text, more powerful than any apology. Because silence isn't just a lack of sound. It's the presence of consequence. If your presence didn't matter, your silence wouldn't hurt. That's why when she pretends not to care, but still watches your stories, still likes your old posts, still sends hope you're good texts, that's not indifference, that's confusion, that's resistance, that's her ego fighting the void, and you created that void by removing what she took for granted. Her reactions are not invitations, they're tests. Let's get brutally honest. When she trashes your name to mutual friends, when she posts cryptic quotes online about how real men don't disappear, when she starts showing off her night outs, her DMs, her new friend that she's suddenly tagging, that's not power. That's reaction. That's her trying to grab the wheel back because she no longer feels in control of your attention. Do you fall for it? Do you break silence? Do you message back, defending your character, clarifying your love, feeding her ego? Or do you hold frame? Let her tantrum. Let her whisper. Let her weaponize silence against you if she tries. You don't react, because the man who leads with silence isn't looking for a response, he's building clarity. You see, stoicism isn't about suppression. It's about choosing stillness over chaos. It's the art of not giving away your presence for free. Attention is currency, and you're the bank. We live in an age of attention addiction. Social media, dating apps, texting, streaks, likes, it's all dopamine warfare. You want to win, control the currency. The second you stop giving her unlimited emotional overdrafts, she'll feel it. Not because she's evil, not because she's toxic, but because humans are wired that way. We only value what can be lost. You train people how to treat you. So when you stop reacting, stop checking in, stop explaining your heart to someone who keeps stepping on it, you teach her something powerful. My presence is not a right, it's a privilege. And if you're not mature enough to handle it, you don't get access to it. This isn't about punishment. It's about peace. Let's make something clear for the sensitive hearts out there. This is not about revenge. It's not about making her feel small. It's not about ego or games. It's about boundaries. It's about realizing, I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. I can't carry this emotional load alone anymore. I can't keep offering my heart like a doormat. So I stop. Not with hate. Not with bitterness, but with quiet strength. With dignity. Because silence isn't passive, it's powerful. It's your reset button. It's where you find yourself again, rebuild your standards, and remember. I don't chase people. I attract what's aligned. 6. Why she'll never forget you, the man who can walk away without slamming doors, without screaming, without begging. He leaves an imprint. Not because he was perfect, but because he had the courage to value himself when she didn't. And in a world full of noise, validation chasers, and emotionally reactive men, a man who chooses silence stands out. She may not admit it. She may not say sorry. She may move on with someone new. But in the quiet moments, when things don't feel right, when that new guy doesn't hold his frame, or when life hits her with real emotion, she'll remember you. The way you walked with peace. The way you never fought to be seen. The way your silence exposed everything. How to master the stoic pullback. Let's make this practical. How do you actually go silent with strength, not pettiness? A. Remove emotion, keep clarity, don't spiral, don't build false hope, just accept reality. If she pulled back, disrespected your boundaries, or left you confused, silence becomes the answer to chaos. B. Don't break the silence to feel better. The urge will come. You'll want to check in. You'll justify it as mature closure or one last text. Resist. That's not strength. That's seeking comfort. That's C. Reinvest in purpose. Channel your energy into your body, your mind, your goals. Read, train, build, travel, create. Your silence must be productive. D. Lead with dignity, not ego. This isn't a Cold War. You're not proving a point. You're simply choosing peace over pain. E. Wait for earned energy, not begged attention. If she comes, back, observe, not react. Is she consistent? Is she real? Has she earned access again? 8. Final word. When to break the silence. Here's the truth. Silence is powerful, but not permanent. If the relationship was real, if there's maturity and mutual respect, sometimes silence creates space for clarity. She may return, you may speak again. But here's the difference. You're not speaking from pain anymore. You're speaking from strength. You're not chasing peace. You've already found it within. So if you do break the silence, it's not because you were desperate, it's because you chose to, on your terms. That's what makes the stoic man unshakable. He doesn't react. He responds. And when he responds, it's never rushed. It's never emotional. It's always grounded. Close. So to the men out there sitting in this silent space right now, wondering if she misses you, wondering if it's working, wondering if you're doing the right thing, let me say this. If your silence came from self-respect, it's always the right move. Let her feel the cost of losing you. Let her feel the absence of what she thought would always be there. Not to hurt her, not to win her, but to heal you. Because a man who can walk away with dignity is a man no woman forgets. And more importantly, a man who can sit in silence without breaking. That's a man who will never be broken again.